Hey guys. Hey guys. Welcome to another episode of Hello World with your girl Joy from Be the Difference Clothing. How is everyone doing? Get out the bushes, Trap. Hey Adam. Hey Kim. How are you? Good to see you guys. Hey, kicking it with Karen. If I were to have a child in today's climate, I would homeschool for sure. Public school teacher. Ooh, how is everyone doing today? I hope you're doing well. Let me open up another stream. I'll tell you what happened. So I was trying to take a little cat nap, and by the time I turned around, you know how like your body starts telling you it's kind of late. Um, well, that's pretty much what happened. It was kind of late, and for some reason, I did set the alarm clock to go off, but it was, I think, for the wrong day. Who would have thunk it, right? And so to go off. Oh, let's see. Here we go. Ooh, everything looks good. No bufferation. So, guys, welcome. I thank you for being here tonight. Hey, the guy, how are you? Welcome to Hello World. Hey, Crystal. Tonight is an open panel, guys. I really want us to have a conversation about homeschooling. And I don't know, like, I'm not a parent per se. Well, I'm not a parent. So I always want to know with this new year coming in, how people feel, how parents feel about either potentially having to homeschool or potentially sending their kids back to school, either part-time or whatever the case may be with whatever your state has designed thus far. But before we get into that, let me tell you how my day was. I woke up, went to work, everything was good. I had a good day. Actually, I woke up in an extremely good mood. I was super amped up from last night. Y'all, I was laughing my behind off all night long. If y'all don't know who Mukbanging Things is and Just Bambi though, y'all need to go check out the challenges that they've been doing this week. I'm telling you, y'all, they are so funny. And it's not like they're trying to be funny. It's just that I think that's just how they naturally are. So I was dying laughing off of that. So check out their challenges. I have to watch their challenge for today too. So I'm looking forward to that. But other than that, me waking up a little, and I wasn't even sleeping. I was just laying there for a little bit and thinking about things. And then I just say, you know what? Let me just wake all the way up. And so when I looked, it was saying 7:20. I was like 7:28. Ooh, that's not good. So that's what happened, guys. Usually I would be here on time, and you know how I like being on time for everything. You love homeschooling? You want to come up and talk about it, Kim? You don't have to show your face. Hey, Kip, how are you? Welcome to Hello World. You don't have to show your face. You could just be an icon. Let me share out the stream real quick, and then I'm going to drop the link. Anybody is able to come up. This is an open panel. As long as you're, trying to be productive in the conversation and not trying to cause any rifts, then I'm fine with that. Let's discuss homeschooling. All right, so let me go and drop the link. And I appreciate you guys for being here. I hope you all had a good day. You're not a parent per se either, whatever that means. I guess you could be a biological parent or a parent per se. Hey, if you make an influence, if you influence a child's life that a parent may, hey VAO, where a parent may lack, then per se you are filling in the gap. So there's the link, guys. Ice cream. Where are you going to get ice cream from? Send me some. Who getting ice cream? But me and Crystal in the car going, oh, okay. That you answering her. So there's the link right there. Feel free to come out, guys. I really want to know how parents are feeling. I know Karen was here a minute ago. I don't know if she's still here, but come on up. Let's have a discussion about this. I think it's interesting. I like to know the perspective of an actual parent who has children with them. It doesn't even matter how old they are because, grammar school or high school, it doesn't matter. They still have to abide by whatever the school is recommending them to do. So come on up, guys. But other than that, how was everyone's day? I hope it was amazing. I'm appreciative of life, guys, and everything that we do in life, we just have to, try our best to be mindful of others and others' opinions, others, feelings, all of that good stuff, and it will make the world go much more smooth. Yes. So I dropped the link, guys. I really want to have a good conversation about this. Please come on up. Thankfully, it's the weekend. Yeah. Did it rain for you every night? Like every night for the past 3 days? It's like at a certain time, it would just be torrential downpour, like boom, boom, boom. I'm doing good, VAO. I'm doing good. I can't complain. Hey, Carolyn Eats, how are you? Welcome to Hello World. I'm trying to start a conversation about homeschooling and how a parent may feel, or a guardian, because it's not always that kids are with their biological parents. Sometimes they're with a guardian. So whoever you may fall in the gap with, having to be responsible for someone who is a minor, I want to know what you guys feel. Here go Trap.
Yo,
Hey, Trap.
what's happening?
Not much. Good to see you. It looked nice and sunny over there.
It is, man. I'm out here waiting for my food. This
Okay.
little top place. How you doing?
I'm good. I can't complain. I liked your video. That
Oh,
intro, bomb.
yeah, man. I worked on that. I was motivated this morning. Uh, I just, it's been a lot going on, and I said, I'm gonna take a break away from the show and watch it so much, man, and just get back to the heart of things. You know what I'm saying? So I said, man, let me go ahead and throw that out, have fun with it, man. And my man Tony Woe, he hooked me with the track, so that's gonna be the move from now on.
I like it.
Yeah.
If there's a mod in the chat, if you can please drop Trap Vision's link in the chat. He's also trying to grow his channel. If we could all kind of support him, Trap is really dope. But what do you feel about the homeschooling situation? Are you doing that currently?
Well, here's the deal: is my daughter was homeschooled. She actually now she's graduating, getting her diploma. She's going over to Purdue. Homeschooling is good, but like I left in a comment earlier, it's challenging because the one thing that I don't like about it is the social interactions. Now they have schools that you can associate with to go on field trips and stuff like that, but if it doesn't apply to your, like if your work schedule is messed up and you can't take your daughter or son there, then they just miss out.
Mm,
And so like right now, my daughter is missing that part of like being sociable. Like so when she interact with people, she's very snappy. It's like she didn't have a chance to interact with other kids and know how to negotiate and stuff like that. That's the downside to it. The good side is, I mean, the curriculum that they get is like on par with college students. So that's the advantage. Is like she gets opportunity to get into some of the better schools and stuff like that. But as far as like that social piece, you're gonna need that going into society, because that stems a whole bunch of other problems. So that's the only downside I seen to it is like her social aptitudes. She just don't have it.
how long has she been homeschooled? All her life?
Uh, 3 years.
Oh wow. Okay, so that's recent.
Yeah, three
But so that
years.
means she was in school at one point.
She was in school at one point, and that didn't work out. So she lives in Tennessee, and the school system down there isn't as good as the school systems here. So she lacked a lot. So we thought homeschool would be better for her. It's just like I said, that social piece is just, and that's major. That's the one downside I would say. I mean, she do have some other advantages. She gets like the curriculum is coming from some smart folks. I can tell you that. But as far as everything else, I just don't like that social piece.
Mm.
So other than that, so I guess now, uh, with us being on this COVID break, I have my two boys with me and homeschooling them. It's hard. Like the challenge was it seemed like the interfaces wasn't right. You know, it's like they were trying to catch up to stuff and they were missing assignments. And just getting the kid motivated to get out the bed. That's a
Mm.
hard thing, but it's different than what they used to. So I think this part of homeschooling was a little tougher than even hers because kids know that they're gonna get on the bus and go to school and talk with their friends, interact, but then they didn't have a lot of online presence. Now going online and having to turn assignments in, so you had two ways to do it. You can either do it electronically or you can go to the school and grab their materials and they fill out this whole packet for like 2 weeks and then you take it back up to the school, drop it off. So we just chose the electronic. Well, I think we should have just did the packet because the electronic portion was tough. It was tough because the interface wasn't right. Like they
Oh,
were missing assignments. It was terrible at some points.
wow. Did they get in trouble for that kind of stuff?
Well, what they will have to do is okay, so they'll give them an assignment and they'll give them a certain time to get it done. And if they don't have it by that time or they overlook it, sometimes what the problem was, a lot of the assignments were embedded in other. I don't know how, like, what I'm saying, I'm no computer guru, but some of their assignments were embedded, so they would miss it. And then they'll look at their grades and like, wait a minute, I got like a D minus and I turned all the stuff in. So you would have to do a lot of emailing, a lot of calling and stuff like that. And so that was a headache. That was a big headache. I mean, me personally, if you ask me, I'm not a fan of homeschooling. I don't like it. I much rather them go to school, learn what they have to, socialize, and then I have this rule: when they come home, they eat, relax for 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes, and get right back into it. I think they retain more. You ready? Okay. I think they retain more when they do that. We on the go. My food ready now.
You think that with the whole COVID going on right now, if you had a choice to send your kids back next semester, would you do it? Like, would you have apprehensions in doing it?
I do have apprehensions. I honestly do. I watched how they clean. Okay, for example, I saw Walmart. I went to Walmart and hold on, getting in the car. We went to Walmart and they closed it down at I want to say 8 o'clock here, and they spray the air. They do all this other stuff. They wipe stuff down. I don't think, and that's just for they do that through the night. I don't know about the school because you have kids that's a lot of these kids haven't stopped being around other kids, and my thing is they say that COVID doesn't affect the children as much, but if they have some type of symptoms, they can affect the teachers. If the teachers get sick, then they take it home to their kids. So I don't know, man. I'm a little apprehensive about sending them back next semester, to be honest.
Has your city or your town, like, or your mayor, have they given an option yet? Like whether you can part-time or just like,
Yeah, they have. They given us options to do that, and we can continue with the online, which I'm pretty sure we're going to do that at least for a semester. Just what I'm saying, just to be safe. Because see, the thing about it, like I have people in my household that are susceptible to COVID,
oh,
asthma and stuff like that. So I don't want to take any chances.
what about your kids? Do they want to go back?
Man, they lazy. They don't want to do nothing.
I guess
You know what? I can't say that. I think my oldest one, he would like to go back, because he's in track. So I know he missed being around his friends. My 14-year-old, he's lazy. He'll sit back and as long as he can get a joystick in his hand, he's cool. He'll play games till he go to sleep. So, but I'll imagine though, honestly, him missing his friends because I know he talked to a few people on the phone here and there, but I don't know. It's weird to me. It's weird. I much rather them go back to school, but like I said, I just don't know. It's unpredictable because if you looked at in the news, they would say COVID had these symptoms and then it was mutated. They said the further we go off into this year, the summer, we should be okay. But then when it starts getting cold, they said it's gonna ramp up again. So I don't know. I'm just playing it by ear.
How
To
do
be
they
honest.
predict? I'm like, how do you predict that? So you saying based off of the heat is how you can
Now,
predict?
okay, so I have a friend that I work with. Her I think one of her relatives works at Eli Lilly, and right now she was telling us that Lilly is doing some type of product model where they are testing this thing ferociously, across the board, and they're coming up with so many different scenarios. So I think this is where they're getting their information from. They're saying, okay, it could potentially mutate. It could potentially mutate. Whatever it is, it could potentially mutate. So, like the COVID that we see right now, has a certain strain, and the strain could mutate into something stronger towards the wintertime and be twice as bad. That's what they're looking at. It hasn't been, identified that it will, but it was put out there. So I don't know. That's one of those, like I said, that's one of those things we got to play it by ear and see. On one hand, after talking to some of these kids don't care. These kids like, look, I'm tired. No, my son, no, my 14-year-old, he literally just went out with his mom for grocery shopping the other day. He has not been outside the house, outside of like going to the front yard and coming back in. He ain't been nowhere. He ain't been to no stores with us, nothing. He just won't do it. So
Wow.
I was surprised. He just went out yesterday, I believe, for the first 2 days ago for the first time.
That's like 3 months.
Right.
Wow.
When I tell you, Jordan, he did not budge. He was like, nope, I ain't going. Because he did some research. I was surprised. He did a lot of research before, like when COVID like really came on the scene. He came back, was giving us information every night. He was like, do you know COVID can do this and COVID can do that? He said, Dad, go on Netflix. There's a whole program. It's called Pandemic. And I'm like, okay. Like, he really got into it. And that just messed with his mind. He's like, I'm not going outside. He said, people dying. Nope, I'm not doing it. So I don't know. This would be pretty interesting. I think we're dealing with COVID-19 and this protest and rioting, man. I think like that compound, I don't know. Then our economy is jacked up too. So I think some people are gonna be forced to do homeschool because they're not gonna be able to afford to get up and do it. You know what I'm saying? Get their kids out.
Adam
So I don't know.
Adam asked the question. He said, can you allocate the use of video games, have them complete their assignments, and then be allowed to play the game?
Oh yeah. So my the way, like, I kept the same schedule. Monday through Friday, no games. You can't play games. Regardless of us being on this COVID situation, he couldn't play. He had to do his assignments. Now Friday, like, it was actually, their school was Monday through Thursday, where they had all their assignments to do. So Friday through Sunday, they had recorded chores and stuff. But do that, they will be playing. So yeah, man, this one of the things this brother.
I could dig it.
Speaking of which, hey, I'm pulling up to my house now. He playing basketball. Sorry.
Oh, this is what Noble said. We hear you. You're just frozen. Noble said, if you want some insight from the government, I'm going to give you a little advice. COVID-19 is cold. It is cold word for government takeover. It doesn't exist. There is no disease. It's an airborne thing. Can you hear me, Trap?
Hold on for a second. My connections. Hold on.
I hear you perfectly. It's just you're frozen.
Can you hear me still?
Yeah, you're just frozen. That's all.
Okay.
So
okay, there we go. We just pulled up to the house.
Okay.
Okay, I can see you.
Noble, Noble actually is in the Marines, or he's in the military. I don't know which sector of the military he's in, but he just said that COVID-19 is code word for the government to take over. That's it. That's what he thinks. That's what he said. I'm allegedly saying that's what he said. And then he said China and other states, oh snap, put together, it does give you a needle. You got COVID. That's the government point of view. That's what I was told by your superior officer. He works for the special forces. You there, Trap? I think maybe we lost him for real. I do not believe Noble. Karen does not believe you, Noble. So I don't know, y'all. We went from talking about sending your kids back, feeling comfortable in sending your kids back to school during this whole COVID situation. Like, as a parent, how do you feel? I'm going to drop the link again. If anyone wants to talk about that, then please do. You're more than welcome to come up. Hey, Zero, what's going on? Let me see. This chat is slow. Let me go into this one. Hold on. I'm going to put Trap in the background just so he doesn't look frozen. Okay, so Karen says, I know too many people that have gotten sick, many of your students. I don't know about that, but I don't put anything past them. Hey, Zero, what's going on? We're just having a conversation right now about how parents may feel about either homeschooling their kids or sending their kids back to school next semester, if there's an opportunity for you to go back to school. She will be homeschooled. Thumbs it up. Oh, wait. Patty said, nope, she will be homeschooled. I do not trust no one with your child. Oh, there's Coco right there. Hey, Coco, what's going on?
Hello. Hey, Be the Difference. How you doing?
Good. So I know you have kids, and I know you've probably been homeschooling them. How was that process, and how do you feel if you had to go ahead and choose whether to homeschool again or send them back?
See me now.
Hold on 1 second. If you guys, if a mod can drop Coco's link in the chat, please go check her out. She's gonna have her party tomorrow at 6 p.m. for her monetization. But go ahead, girl.
Boo, let me tell y'all, boo. Hey, y'all, I'm Coco. Tell 'em. Hey. Boo, anyway, let's cut to the chase. Boo, I'm not in a rush to send my babies back. We don't need none of them germs. None. Okay? That part. Boo, anyway, my son, he is sophomore, boo. He like, Mom, boo, they ain't even great in the work for real. They ain't even looking at the work. I was like, boo, just learn as much as you can. Because, boo, mama don't know it. Mama don't know it. Okay? Boo. And my daughter, boo. Boo, she in the 3rd grade, so you know. Boo. Let me tell y'all what we was doing today. They talking about the Census Bureau. You know how we gotta fill out, boo. Y'all supposed to be filling out them ballots and stuff, boo, and telling people how much people in your household and making sure the government know all your information. So I don't even know why we was doing that, but boo, they just giving them some work. I'm not in a hurry though. I'm not in a hurry.
Are you has your governor or your state like
I don't got no bra, y'all. Excuse me, y'all.
oh
I was
Lord.
in the bed, y'all. Boo, I'm sorry, Be the Difference. Sorry, boo. Listen, y'all. Boo, I was in the bed. My head was hurting, boo. It was all this tension, boo. I'm a little under a little stressed, boo, with this monetization, boo. And I know I gotta drop these videos, boo. I gotta keep coming live and showing up and showing out, boo. It's just, I guess I was thinking about so much. Be the Difference, boo. It started really hurting all up in here, y'all. So, boo, I had to lay down and take a breather. Hey, y'all. Hey,
Karen,
Crystal, what's up, boo? Kicking it with Karen. Hey, boo.
Karen said,
Hey,
I'm
G.
grading every assignment. I do not post an assignment that I wouldn't look at and grade. Teacher.
No, listen. Honest to God, I sent my daughter. Because we got to screenshot some of the stuff, and send it, right? Oh, Be the Difference. What you talking? you gotta send screenshot or whatnot, some of the work or what have you. All she said was thank you again, something. That's it. They don't send no grade back or nothing like that.
So
So I don't know,
that,
boo.
that may be a per teacher thing. Zero says, and I think this is a good question. How do the parents in the chat feel about mandatory vaccines before your child goes back to school?
Well, I would love that. I would love that. Like, do something. Don't just send them back, boo. The teachers got all this stuff, but we don't know, boo. And the kids and playing with other kids outside, boo, and all that. They need to do something. That part.
So you would let your kid get vaccines?
I guess so. Yeah, just to make sure everybody is good.
Mm-hmm.
They got to do something. They just gonna send them back.
Right. Do you feel comfortable with like the homeschooling process? I know you just said your daughter's in 3rd grade. Like, how does she get help if you can't help her?
Boo, we on YouTube, boo. We on Google, boo. we doing it though. We doing it. We getting it. That's it. But so far though, I know they not going back. The school year over with anyway. For real, for real. So we already know they not going to start in the fall. The latest was they're going to go back January, whatever date. So that's the latest.
Has it been a challenging thing for you, like getting to know your kids because you see them all the time now?
But my daughter, I'm always in the school anyway, but I will bust through there, boo. Hey, y'all. Hey, boo. Boo, the secretary at the door, the nurse, boo. Everybody know me, the principal, boo. Yes. Boo, I comes through there anyway, so I kind of already know what she be working with. She don't play with me. You better get this work together, boo. And she on honor roll anyway, boo. So I don't got too much to worry about.
That's good. Congratulations on that. I know you must be a proud mama.
Hey, Kim. Hey, boo. Boo, make sure y'all go check out my channel, boo. I'm here to promote myself. Hey, y'all. Hey. Boo, subscribe, y'all.
Adam was dropping your link, so yeah, for sure, for sure.
Thank you, Maud. Thank you, y'all. Be the difference. What's good with you, boo?
Nothing. That's okay, Trap. Nothing. I was really interested in knowing how parents feel. Like, if you have if any parent has any apprehension about sending their kids back, because right now there really is no vaccine. Right now there really is, a mutated bug going around called COVID, and like, to send your kid back into school. Like, if I were to have a kid, I don't know how I would feel about sending my kid back, because they were healthy all this time, and then to send them back into an environment that's unstable, and then if they end up getting the virus, like, I don't know how I would feel. Like, no one's guaranteed to survive from the virus, depending on whatever is going on. So I don't know. I would be very nervous to send my kid back, but I also understand what Trap was saying about the social aspect of, you want your child to be socially, attuned.
Yeah. They do miss it, and that's what. Well, let's bring it back to the children. They do miss their friends, their classmates, their teachers. They really do miss them. So I could say that. My daughter always say, "Ma, I want to see Ari. I want to go." But they do. But y'all know the internet is everything, y'all. I'm gonna be honest, boo. They on them games together. They been finding each other on Roblox, and boo, she showed me a video. Boo, they was doing a whole TikTok together. They merged it and all this. Boo, she know more than me. Boo, I don't even know how to edit. Boo, so she been finding a couple of her classmates on this internet and stuff, honey. Boo.
I don't know. So, like, you think that now our kids coming up are just going to be internet trained?
Well, this is the new millennium. They already trained, boo, from 6 months.
That's true. That's true.
Wait. Do we know the vaccine's gonna work? We don't know, but they gonna have to do something, boo. I ain't gonna say the vaccine's good, boo, because I don't even get the what's the flu and all that other extra stuff, boo. Boo, I ain't never had that stuff, boo. Boo. But look, to each his own. To each his own. Okay. Boo. Somebody gonna have to do something, baby. They gonna have to clear the air, boo.
Yeah. I'm just typing in it to come up. I'm just typing in the chat for to come up. I like the fact that we do have a teacher in the chat. I guess she can't come up right now, but like she's speaking from her profession that she
Okay,
actually grades,
G. Mm-hmm.
she actually grades the students. She takes her job
Oh,
seriously. She says she has
okay.
apprehension on going back to school, like as a teacher. Well, because think about it, the teachers, they're with kids for 8 hours or more. So like while a
Yeah.
parent is at work or doing whatever they have to do, they're the ones that are like pretty much taking care and molding your child. So
Right.
like,
And
go ahead.
again, not to cut you off, the teachers have children as well. All the teachers I about know, boo, they got children in the elementary, middle school, school age children, period. So, but we all parents, boo, and boo, boo, it's up in the air. Some people talking about school, some people prefer the internet, some people already been homeschooling, boo. So, boo, I don't know. You can't please everybody.
Mm.
So they gonna do something. Even if the school's open, you still gonna have people homeschooling. Still gonna have people staying at home with their children. So boom. I
Would
don't
that
know.
if you had to homeschool your children permanently, would that affect your work environment?
Hmm. You know what? It has been there has been a little test. Well, I've been wanting to jack them up, baby. But we getting it together though. It's kind of we getting it together. I think we have a little schedule now.
Okay.
So it's not too bad. But I'm not going to work right now anyway. I'm a nurse assistant. So
Okay.
my client, I don't know. So So you too, boy, I'm gonna be banging it out, y'all.
Noble Karen is the teacher, kicking it with Karen. So like
Oh, you want
anyone who is a parent also in the chat, that question is for you. If it were mandated that you now had to homeschool your children, would that affect your employment status? It's a bit challenging, Fiona says. No one, no, I work at home, so it works okay. Okay, Patty D works at home.
So
So
yeah, a lot of people do work out. So it's you know what I think it's forever kind of changed. It's forever changed. A lot of parents now when I went up to the school, to get the packets and stuff like that, but a lot of parents is like they enjoy the homeschooling. So I think that a lot of parents might just go full time with homeschooling
so how will
anyway.
you
So
keep
I
them?
don't know.
How would you be able to, and this is for everybody. Velvet says homeschooling seems to be safer for children. You don't have to worry about bullying and all the negative stuff. But
I
how could a parent incorporate the social life of a child? Uh,
mhm, mhm.
just homeschooling, because there's activities during the day. They meet with their peers and they talk with their peers at their level. Then they go to lunch with their peers at their level. Then they learn different things. Like, how can you guys, if it's mandated now, how can you guys balance out the whole social aspect for
Hmm,
them? And Jill is
hmm,
up too. Hey,
hmm.
Jill.
Oh,
Hey, hold on. Let me turn my other
hmm.
thing off. Sorry.
That's okay.
Hey, guys. Hey, Coco.
And again, if there's a mod in the chat,
Mhm.
please drop Jill's link, please. And anybody who comes up, if you wouldn't mind. So go
You
ahead.
know what? Now that I see Patty D, you know what? Because my children, my son, that's crazy because he was training for basketball just before all the little Rona and all that stuff happened. But yeah, you know what? The children that was on running track, basketball, volleyball, and all that, the sports. Mm. You know what, y'all? You know what? I'm gonna tell you something do about this homeschooling, boo. If you do homeschool, you decide or you already homeschooling, make sure your child or your children, boo, are staying active, honey. They still need to be active, not just sitting around, doing their work. They still need to be running and, doing something, just being active, huh?
I
Go
just feel
outside, but get some fresh air.
that's
So
true.
it's, mm,
I just feel like
go ahead.
that homeschooling is good. I mean, if you're home, me as the working parent, that would be hard for me because while I went back to work now, we were out working from home. But now going in the office, that would be hard. And of course my kids is older now, but the internet, kids get distracted easily. And like hearing from a lot of my friends in New York, like so many, which is so sad. And we're speaking of especially the younger kids. They're they don't really understand the whole concept of being online, engaging through the computer. So a lot of them failed. And I'm like, how are you gonna flunk all of these children? And yes, it's a two-part to it. Yeah, the mom and the dad and the parents at the home. But if the children don't know, and this just all came on though, so I can't say from somebody who been homeschooling, but till where we are now. This was kind of
Mhm.
forced on everybody, and they weren't able to
Adjust.
navigate. They weren't able to understand and pick that up. And then let's talk about the parents who some parents are not even computer savvy either. So that brought a lot of struggle
Mhm.
in the homes today because they don't know. And then when the teacher, you got the Zoom and you got all this stuff going on, but how much time do they give to each parent? I mean, really, on this online thing and helping all these students individually. I don't know how that works out, but a lot of those babies failed. And I'm like, how are you going to flunk all these kids? Um,
Yeah.
Due to the fact that they're home. So I don't know. It's kind of rough, to say they should stay home, and then once again socializing. They need to be out there mingling with amongst people, and because we have a lot of children who already don't want to go to school, so keeping them home and laxing, how does that bring up their upbringing as well of engaging and getting to know how to get along with with other individuals and not becoming in the shell, to where they don't have to really speak to anyone in public. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have a question for
Okay.
both of you since you're up here. When this first was happening, like, how did you explain to your kids? Because you both have like kids in like the whole stream, like from 8 to 19 or whatever, 18. How did you guys like talk to them about, being comfortable wearing masks and walking around, or like feeling comfortable just being able to like walk around in society? Because I know Trap said that his son just didn't want to go outside. He went outside for the first time yesterday in 3 months.
Mm.
How did you guys have that
Wow.
conversation with your kids? Like it's okay to kind of be semi-normal, but get used to wearing a mask. Like, how was that transition?
Hmm.
Well,
Who wants to?
my children are older now. So, well, my oldest is eight. I mean, youngest is 18. So she's in her last year of high school. So I think we talked about several things. It was easy because she does know. She's aware of what's going on. She knows why she needs to do those things. And I think for me, the most difficult thing was reassuring her that because this is not going on, because graduation and because prom was canceled, that was tough. And she's looking forward to go to college. So that was a lot of pressure on her, thinking like, I worked so hard and I'm here and I'm ready. So that was a lot. That was a very emotional moment. Um, and once they prayed up, you know, that the Lord is going to make it work. And two, that this is not your ending. This is the beginning. And we can make everything feel special. It's just we're gonna have to just adjust accordingly. And I just want to assure her that it will be something afterwards, because I can't see them not letting these children still have a graduation. You may not have prom, but she says she's okay with that. She's like, I'm okay with not prom, but I want my degree. Like, I want
she want to probably walk across stage.
I want to go down there like I did it. And she want to hold that paper. So I get it. She was like, prom, I'm cool with that. But I work hard to get here, and I want the reward. I want to be in my gown. So look, I told her, we got to march up and down these steps in this hallway, and I get a couple of people and stand outside the door, be waving. You gonna walk down some steps, some houses and strut. So we gonna work it out, So yeah. It's gonna be.
And you want to see her too, dear Mommy Jill.
Oh, I do. So that's like, I feel you. We're on same level, but I know this is your accomplishment, but it is also an accomplishment of mine, because I saw it through. So
yes.
I want that just as much as you do, but let's consider we got lives, people are dying. What's more, so then when you put it on that broader level, it's like, yeah, you're right. That's true. I said, so there's more important things, and not belittling your accomplishment, but people are losing their lives and dying alone, and so that is a bigger thing that we don't want to risk, and it's for your safety. So yeah, that's how we dealt with it. So, and like I said, she's older, so she's not a baby.
How about you, Coco? Because you have a third grader.
Well. Jill, you touched on a few hot key, just eye openers. Like them, most of the children has failed. That is not good at all. And some parents are not even computer literate. They don't even know how to navigate. So when you say that, it does, like, okay, yeah, because the parents, like, some of them didn't even have internet or even a device. So that was holding them up. The child was already behind. So, and look, I want not a device. I didn't even know we didn't even know the password and all that stuff. So anyway, make a long story short.
I feel you.
And they not communicating right back when you email, or I'm emailing and messaging back on the class dojo and all that. So if they could get it more, I don't even know what to say, because
well, how did you talk to your daughter, like, about wearing the mask? Like,
about wearing the mask.
Like, was she scared? Like, do you think that this is leaving any trauma for her? And then we're gonna go to.
Oh yeah, that was what I was gonna say, Jill. So you have your glasses on. That's what I was gonna say. It was something. So my daughter wears glasses. So she's only been wearing them for 2 years now, and I'm new with the glasses. But this is the thing, all them. She like, Mom, I don't like this on. So, She don't like the mask at all. She prefer to stay in the car or not go. So yeah, that is what I was going to say.
Oh yeah, it was hard.
But talking to her, we go out the house, we go to the store. She kind of ride with me, but for the most part, we staying indoors. We staying indoors, and they understand. We don't want to catch that, and we know people are dying from it. So hold up.
Have you told her, like, everything about it? Like how they said, like if she were to look at the internet, and I want to ask Susie too, this is for you as well, Susie. if your kids, like, because again, the internet is right there. They probably navigate the internet better than any one of us. If they saw like the numbers were increasing and like, 10,000 people died today in your city, like, did that project any fear in them that you know of?
You asking me?
Any one of you, but I know you haven't spoken yet.
Oh, well, hello everyone.
Hello,
Um,
Susie.
Y'all, do you guys know who Susie Q is? She's dope as ever. Go check her out. If somebody could drop her link as well, please.
well, for
I
my
will.
son, my son is 14, and he didn't like the idea of wearing a mask, so I had to get him like one of those bandanas. I had to get one of those for him because I couldn't get him to wear the mask. Like if we're just going to Walmart or going anywhere, he doesn't want to wear it, and I had to explain to him that you have to wear this mask. You have to. It's to protect you and protect others that have it. And it's funny. So I would say one day we were going, and he's like, I'm not wearing." I said, "Okay, then we're not going. We're not going. We're just gonna stay in the house. We're not gonna go." And then he finally succumbed to it and wore it. Now my daughter, which is 3, she's a different. She does not want to leave without her mask. If
Oh,
you if you go in the car, she's like, "Where's my mask? Where's my mask?" I don't understand her. She likes to wear the mask for some reason. I guess because her mask has some little cute doggies on it. Somebody where I bought it, she's excited about wearing this mask. So
oh.
she's already prepared. So if school does open back, I don't remember what the question was. She's already prepared to wear a mask because we've been wearing it. So
What about the
it's like,
interaction with other kids, though? Because I'm
huh?
sure, like I said, what about the interaction with other kids? Because I'm sure they're not going to want them to touch each other, hug each other, any of that.
Yeah, I know if you start in school, I don't know. I think I haven't talked to her about that yet. I'm gonna have to. I'm glad I'm hearing today on your show. I'm gonna talk to her about that, the distance and that. Well, today when I went voting, there was no distancing today. I was shocked. They were like, they're not practicing any distance as long as you have on your mask. So it's weird.
Mm.
So I'm gonna have to talk to her about that. You were saying something about homeschooling when I came in.
Yeah, like would you if they mandated two things, if they mandated homeschooling for next semester, would that terribly affect your job, your employment? And also, would you be okay with homeschooling?
I'm gonna tell you the honest truth. Homeschooling is not for me. God bless all of those that homeschool. I don't think it's for me. I don't think I can handle it. And I don't like homeschooling for one, for my son. He's finished with his work and then it's game. I rather than be in the school environment where they're more there to learn. Yes, I'm here to watch him what he's doing, but I don't like this idea of just on the computer. I don't know. Some parents do it really good, and I applaud them. Also, homeschooling, like he was telling me about one of his friends that does homeschooling, and I'm not gonna mention some stuff, and he said to me, "Mom, homeschooling is not good because you know what, he does whatever he wants, and sometimes his mom thinks he's really doing his work, but he's not. So I don't think homeschooling is good. And a lot of parents have to look into really what they're doing, especially when they're becoming older teenagers. They're more liable to stray from their schoolwork and go onto this internet and explore. I don't really. I mean, that can happen anytime, yes, even when you're home or not, but homeschooling is not for me. I don't have the patience to do it. That's why they have teachers to do that.
But now, if you were mandated, would that mess with your employment?
Definitely, because then I would have to go to work and then come home to concentrate on teaching. Well, I'm teaching my daughter now because of being home, she was able to potty train within 2 months. She's done potty training. She doesn't even pee anymore. So that was a good thing,
Oh,
and I could save money buying diapers. So that really worked. But it will affect me because I coming home, single parent, it's hard. I won't have time to sit there to do her schoolwork. It's a whole day school thing. It's not like just homework, which is different. They come home and you're getting homework. This is teaching math,
Mm.
reading, writing, all that stuff. I don't think that would be good for me.
I
Yeah.
So
agree, Susie, because even for my 18-year-old, I mean, this is her last year of school. Even for her, like me sitting here working from home, and seeing the structure of
hmm
meaning the the way the activity. I
right.
want I don't like it because it's laziness. I
Yes,
just roll out
yes,
of bed and get up on this
yes.
computer and it's slouching around and I'm like, are you gonna go brush your teeth? Are you gonna go wash your face? Are you gonna I mean, so I
Yes.
and if I don't say nothing, it was like rolling with
Thank
it and I'm
you.
like,
That- Exactly. My son
wait a
rolls out of
minute
bed at
now.
12 o'clock. 12
But
o'clock
then
saying he's doing his work.
yeah, and I was like, it's refreshing. I'm not saying you got to get in the shower right now or nothing like that, but it's strengthening when you get up. At least go wash your face off, brush your teeth, because you want to feel, and you want to keep those activities going because
Yes.
it become a little bit thing. So yeah, for children, and I don't blame them. I mean, you can't say it's wrong, but hey, I'm home. Like,
And
hey,
then for school, you miss like sports. Like
yes,
now, my son,
sports.
I had to tell him, force him to go outside. I said, go outside, do something. Don't just stay in the house all day. I had to take away his computer because when I go to work now, he's home, and I'm like, oh, this is not good. I'm praying that they will do something for the school.
Here's,
Outside, he would not go outside
here's
because
a
he's so,
question.
huh?
Here, here's a question.
Mhm.
Trish, um, she said we need to homeschool our kids anyway as parents. And the question is, why leave it up to strangers to teach your kids how to survive? That's a good question.
Well, I don't
Good
think
question.
I'm gonna rewind it. I'm not saying that we're putting it on the teachers. It's a
Right.
difference of them going to get and me myself. I'm gonna speak personally because I'm a firm believer of education. So yes, my children would come home from school and I have books, okay? That
Exactly.
if I feel that they're not a part, and only because I moved here to PA from New York and the school systems are totally different. Here they are a little behind. New York City is more
Yeah.
advanced. So I didn't
True.
feel like they were learning enough. So yes, I went out and I brought books. And when they came up with what they like, Mom, I'm like, no, we gonna pick
Yep.
up. Let me see what y'all left off on and where you at today. And I still did that after work, came home. We're gonna stay on point. We're gonna stay. So we do things. The games I buy is educational. Yeah, they have fun sometimes. So I do still teach my children at home, but that's a
hmm
different kind of structure of getting them ready for the
Exactly.
world when they go to
Exactly.
school and have to get along with other people. They got to know that people are not always as nice as they're going to be. They got to build
hmm
their self-esteem up to be ready for this cruel world that we live in. Nobody's
Oh,
going to be like mommy and daddy and auntie. They're not going to talk nice all the time. And I would hate for them to become adults to experience that. And would you do you that's a lot to put on when you
that is so
becoming
true.
when you're
That is
trying to
so
become a
true what you're
woman,
saying.
a young woman and a man and don't know how to handle those things that come at you in everyday life dealing with society. And so they
Yes.
need to be mentally ready to deal with society because they're
I,
not going to be protected in school or when they go to college. You can't teach them home at college. Are they going to go to school on the internet? I
I
mean,
have a friend that she was homeschooling her son for a while. He was 11 and she figured she she felt it was time for him to really go out and try the schooling. and it didn't work out for him for some reason. I don't know what it was. I think she said that he was not used to being around different people and just understanding how it is, like you're saying, being out there in the environment. And I'm saying to myself, well, he's going to be homeschooled forever. How is he going to go to college? Because you have to go out to college. College, you cannot homeschool for college. Well, you can go to college online. But then how are you going to work? Are you going to continue this type of life where you're going to just be working on your computer at home? Well, maybe some people don't like to socialize, but she said it was very hard for him. And I was saying, why don't you let him stay there? He needs to probably understand that he has to open up to the world. And she said, oh, I couldn't force him. He was crying. He wanted to come home. People were cruel to him. He didn't like being called names or whatever. And it's so sad. Now, one of my son's friend was trying to stay before his homeschool, and he was just sharing. There's a lot of things he thinks is going on in the house, but so they allow him to do a lot of things because of the homeschool. And I said, does he even go out? Does he? And he says no, he doesn't go out at all. He stays in the home 24/7. And I thought, okay, there's a problem there. Something's wrong.
That's a whole nother level.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's I.
That's a
It
whole
is, but
nother
I mean,
level.
I feel parents who want to homeschool and stuff. So I'm not listen. I'm not disagreeing. I'm just
Me either.
that was just my opinion of, from my standpoint, because I do have a shy daughter, and I think that was the best thing that ever happened is where, she didn't have a rough time, but she stayed to herself and kind of everything hurt her. It's just you could say boo, ouch, I don't care what it was. You know what I'm saying? Everything was so she would cry all the time. I was like,
Oh.
honey, I said, listen, they talked about Jesus Christ, honey, and they
Oh.
crucified. Listen, who are we? She like, yeah. I said, yes, honey, listen. It has nothing to do with you. It's them. It's not you. You just have to be sure that you are sure about yourself. And once you love yourself and believe in yourself, can't nobody tell you who you are. Can't nobody tell you who you are. That's why I make sure you are loved every day. I make sure I tell you that. You are loved tremendously more than anything in the world. So you can't let nobody dictate who you are. And that's how she became who she are, because she learned from what she see and no, I don't want to be that person. I don't
Okay.
want to be that one over there rude and disrespectful. I don't want to be that one who's always going to the principal office. I don't want to be destructive. I don't want to be so quiet to where my voice is not heard and I am overlooked. And meanwhile, I'm failing and I'm afraid to say that because I can't speak in public. And that was her thing. And I said, you have to keep practicing. Raise that hand, act like you're the only one in the class. So I see that. I feel like them not being in a school environment around other kids, it's to me, I think that helped her a lot, and it was growth, and it was me reassuring her that she is okay and she is beautiful, and that's how we are teaching with the teachers when they come home with something that is out of line and not doable. That's our job to adjust how they are feeling that day, dealing with the public, other human beings. Some people have issues, you can't explain it. Sometimes those kids, so we are teaching. We're still teaching. We're teaching even when they turn 30. And we're still teaching. And we're still applying. So we are doing both jobs. Yes. Do you understand what this is? Let me see your schoolwork. I don't know what other parents do, but I do want to see schoolwork. Let me see your planner. Let me see what you,
Mm.
because you have to stay on top of children. You know, if you're not, next thing you know, when report card come, you know, what happened? Why you ain't turn this work in?
Mm.
But if you are paying attention to your child at home with them, well, what assignments? Do you need any help? You know, even if I don't know it, we could figure it out together. So
Yeah.
that's me in my home. So I am teaching along with the teachers because half of that stuff, they done confused and switched up the system. I don't even know what I'm looking at today. Okay. I be like, no, just do it like this, that. She like, Mom, you confusing me. That is not how they showed me. I'm like, well, why are they making this difficult? So yes, I get it. Homeschool to school, and I believe it depends on each individual. So I don't think anyone's wrong. If you prefer homeschooling and that works for you, that's
Whatever works
beautiful.
for you.
Yeah.
And what works for someone who doesn't mind their children in school and growing whatever it is, because they could grow at home, I guess, too. So I'm not saying they're not growing at home. I was just thinking about the benefits of playing sports, being able to do plays, and interact and show bring out their what skill sets they have. Do they like to sing? Do they want to act? Do they want to so just building up different
Drama.
things.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's all I was saying. So I don't knock anybody way of
Yeah,
doing
no,
it.
it's good. We're having open dialogue. Like it's important because like I said, I
Mm-hmm.
don't have children, but I always would like to understand like what we're going on. Ooh, Patty D is up here. She's been
I'm
homeschooled.
going to see y'all later.
Hey, Patty
I'm
D.
going in the chat.
Hello,
All right.
ladies.
Yeah,
Thank
me
you,
Hello.
too. Or you
Coco.
want me to
Hi,
stay?
Patty
No,
B.
you can stay. No, you can
I,
stay. Please
okay.
stay. Go ahead, Patty.
Oh, and you ladies are 100% correct. Homeschool is not for everyone because if your child is being homeschooled, that means that you need to take the time to learn with them because your child is being independent and their attention span is going to be short, but she's been
Mm-hmm.
homeschooled for 3 years. So she has
Mhm.
the discipline for schooling at home. And if she has a challenge and I can't help her, I take her to the library. Online, the teachers will stay online and make sure that she understands exactly what she needs to learn. So when this pandemic came around, it didn't impact us at all because
Right.
I've been working at home for 10 years. So for her, and then I just noticed that in school, she was getting into trouble, she was being bullied. I
Hmm.
just couldn't take it anymore. Every time I look around, I was up at the school trying to defend her, trying to find out what's going on. And she was becoming a teenager. So her focus was more for her friends than her class. And her education is my number one priority. I'm not going to put that above anything else because that's what's wrong. We need our kids, especially African American kids. We got to get them focused in the education because if we don't, they're going to constantly be left behind. And I'm not going to have that. And you're right, all parents cannot, but you have to also be a parent who's going to be focused on your child in a classroom because when they're calling you all the time and having you go to meetings and they're telling you that your child isn't doing this or
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
She was in the middle.
Yeah, but I get where she going, and my thing is with that is that and once again, to each his own, but the children have to learn how to deal and cope with other children,
Hmm.
other and in because they're going to be I was teased too. I'm dark. You see me, black. I was called Blackie,
Aw.
Chug, you all types of stuff, and my mom had ways of, yeah, that's right. Her and my dad, yes, you are chocolate chip. That's right. Chocolate is delicious. I don't know what you tell. You better tell them chocolate is good for them. And just found other ways to combat because I don't care. People still do it in our grown adult ages. You know that.
Yeah.
Me being 45, I see some grown folks still doing name calling and talking about this person and what they got on and all it still goes on. you know and I'm like, what that has to do with that person's personality? What does that have to do with that person being who they are? What does any of that have to do with the person themselves anyway? Why are you looking at a shell? Because that's what clothes is, clothing and different things in here. Those are shells, things that you put on to cover up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what that has to do with the heart, the
Nothing.
mind, the
Nothing.
love? Like, I'm just saying, so as an adult, it has adults get hurt, and so it's not, it's levels to it. But I think made me thick skin is going through it when I was, growing up,
I'm
knowing,
sorry.
That's
growing
okay.
up, yeah, just growing up knowing. So it for me being a single mom, and it's a household income. I still do my thing, but no, I can't sit home with my child during the day because we need a place to live. So that was my choice for me. If I could choose to do so back then, I tried to stay home as long as I could, even till kindergarten for both of my children. And it was like, they like, well, you gotta get my mother, like, you gotta put them kids in school. I'm like, and I stretched it, but then the realization comes in that is money's gonna run out. You can't do it all. You need help. And even though I could sit there and teach them the world, you still have to work and make a living. And in New York City, there was no, it was no at-home job that was gonna pay my $1,200, $1,300 rent. So
Yeah.
I had to get out there, find me a job, and do my thing, and know that the Lord is watching over my children and out there doing while they're learning. I'm working, and then when we come home, we're still working together. We're still learning together, and because you're right, Patty, the teachers, they over the classrooms are overfilled.
Yep.
There's like 30 to 40 children in there.
Mhm.
Um, Can they get to it, all these children in one day? Possibly, yeah. Sometimes that's why they brought in substitutes, not substitutes, but who can assist in the classroom while that, and that's some classes. But at the same point, it is a parent's job when them kids go home and doing that homework, because they're not there to teach them. They're there to show them what to do and guide them. But the big learning process is when they go home from the classroom and by themselves now, and now they don't have the teacher there. So that is where the gap is lost, because some parents probably are not doing that with them. Well, you learned it, you did this, but it's harder when the teacher's there and I can just ask or raise the hand. But when you go home, like adults, you study for this test, and you sat there in front of it, and it's in your face, and now you went blank, like, oh, I know this. And so it's rough, but we still are teaching at home, and you should be, even if your children are in school.
Uh-oh.
Patty froze again.
No, she just dropped off. Like, I think the stream may be like a little shaky. I was
Uh-oh.
gonna ask her how because she said she was homeschooling her daughter for 3 years. I was gonna ask her how she keeps social. So there's Susie right there.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Susie.
I don't know what happened. I touched the wrong button and it,
Uh-oh. You're
it
back
went
now.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's tough keeping them socializing because, and especially during this time now because they can't socialize.
Yeah,
So,
like it's like you want them to socialize, but they really can't. That's why I want to ask you, Patty. You said you were homeschooling your.
Susie, I do the same thing. I don't know what buttons I'm hitting.
It's all right.
Okay, I thought it was only me.
How do you keep your daughter socializing?
Oh, she has cheerleading, she has basketball, she has the kids in the neighborhood that always want to spend the night and eat up my food. But I always make sure she's always been she has a large family. So with her having cousins, she's the only child, but she has cousins, she has friends. So we made sure that she had a social life that, we got her involved in cheerleading when she was like 5 years old. So by her going to games, she has a lot of friends that she has. And you structure their lives. She goes to school from 9 to 3:30. From 3:30, during that time, she does her homework, she does whatever class assignments, we check her work. Once she's out of school, then she's free to do whatever she wants within a timely fashion. So we try to keep her life. She goes to church, so she has friends in church that she is not a bashful child, trust me.
But then what about you, Susie? Are your children or any of your children shy to like with the socialization? Like if they're not in school, how would you?
Well, for me, I like that socialness for my daughter and my son. My son is like quiet like I am. Well, no, I used to be quiet, but he's he needs. I think he needs his friends at school because now they kind of communicate through this gaming thing where they go on games and they're on it, and it's fun. He has a fun time, but he used to be in wrestling, so that was like his go-to thing. Always going to wrestling practices and every day, and not every day, but every after school. So that was good for him. And he was in track. Now my daughter just had started school. She turned 3 this year and she just started and it was really good. I was so excited for her. And then for that to be finished, they're different ages, so they don't interact that great. They'll play, but my son, leave me alone. She's annoying. You know how boys are. So I have a nephew. He is 6, and she loves him. Today, when I went to go pick her up from my mom, she was crying. She was like, "I want Gabriel. I want Gabriel. I want Gabriel." And I said, "Gabriel can't come with us. We're going home. We're going to the doctor." So that's the only type of fun she's having right now because we're not going to church. We're doing church online. Church is open up, but I just don't feel like I'm ready to go yet. You know, so I don't know what's gonna happen. But we go outside in the backyard, and the neighbors. The other day, I said, "You can come down and play with us," and she's like, "Oh, my mommy said so and so and so," and I was like, "Oh, okay." I
Wow.
forgot about
Yeah, she got the virus syndrome. That's what we have to call it. The
that.
virus syndrome.
My mommy said we're not to play with anyone at this point, and I said, "Oh, yeah, you're right. Your mom is right. I forgot about that."
Well, Susie, I would have to agree with you. Your daughter seems to be too young to be in homeschool because that's
Hmm.
when they learn socialization is during
Right.
that age. And for you to
Oh.
have her at home, because Jayla, which is my daughter's name, didn't start
Mhm.
homeschooling until she was about 8 or 9 years old. And
Oh.
that's because, by this time she was too sociable and I needed her to calm down.
Oh.
I know that's right, Patty. So I need you to just break it down.
Okay, so since you can't calm down in school, I'm gonna calm you down at home. But then again, I don't know about where your school system. I live in Ohio, and I don't think their educational system is designed for our kids. I think that she wasn't really learning math like she should, or spelling, or English. I mean, by me, going to school and higher learning, I knew she wasn't getting what I needed her to get, and I think homeschool provided that for her.
I
Like
agree
Bill
with
was
you because
saying,
my daughter was in. We lived in Ohio too. I
Oh, you
lived in
do?
actually.
Where? I can't stand Columbus
I
public
lived in
school system.
Dayton, Ohio.
Oh, okay. I'm in Columbus.
And yes, and I have family in Columbus. My aunt and them are in Columbus, and so I agree with you because when I moved there, I had my youngest, and so I had to put that was the oldest. She was in school at the time, and yes, their schooling was
Yes.
terrible, and I had to get her, but she tested and she got into a magnet schools out there,
Oh, okay.
so that was perfect. I was
Yep.
jumping and hollering like yes. So I agree with you. The schools are not and it's
And
sad
you
that
have
you
to,
have to go to those limits of taking them to another outlet of school and wait for these long lists to get them in there and
yeah. And you have to, teachers, you said you have to commend these teachers because you got a classroom of 30 kids and they yelling and screaming, and you're like, oh my goodness, it's just chaotic. And you only
yes.
have one teacher to these 30 kids. How is your child really learning with all that chaos going on in the classroom? At least for the Columbus public school system. Because I used to go to her classroom, sit in her classroom, and I'm like, they nerve wracking to me. How is they not nerve wracking to her? And it's just that the teacher couldn't keep control over the classroom. It's not that the kids were any problems. It's just, how do you focus on each child when you got about 30 of them in the classroom? You can't.
I mean, it has been done though. I can't say that you can't. I mean, I have teachers and like my god sister and my cousins and they are all teachers and I think it's a mannerism of the teacher. If you are structured, and it's about the heart of the teacher sometimes. Let me
Mm.
tell you, kids know teachers who don't play and that who
Yep.
cares about their
Hmm.
education. And they will sit there and they trust me and
Can I send
they
her to
will
your
get it
classroom?
and they will sit there and they will listen. I'm serious because children is like anybody else's. When mama, dad ain't around, it's playtime.
Yep.
Okay. And then, because that's their freedom. Like, okay, because I ain't got this to do and go over there to this time. Now it feels like it's freedom time. So they feel like school is like, hey, I could just let free. But you have those teachers who don't really
Yeah,
care,
she's right.
don't have the time, and ain't gonna waste the time. Then you have those teachers. I'm not gonna say they don't really care, but they gonna let you know like this. I got my education. You need to get yours, and that's for the older children. You want to come in here and I could send you to the dean's office all day. And this is where the parents come in at as well. There's this party. You can't be taking your child's word for everything. The teacher's always picking on me. This is always picking on me. Sometimes it takes both to come together. The parent and the teacher. So we can sit down and see what is that happens when he become or she become disruptive, or is she bored? Because sometimes the schoolwork is so easy, they're finished with it
Bored.
and
Yeah.
they're bored, And so they're messing with everybody else because they have nothing to do.
Yep.
So that's
So
where
so
the parent and the teacher goes hand, and the mother and the, the parents and the teacher goes hand in hand. So you could go, well, maybe this is too advanced. Could you test her on something else? What is she doing that she has that much time, or he has that much time to sit there and have everybody else doing their work, and he's just not doing his work? Or is he done? So there's a lot of things that come in play that it takes two to come to the table, and sometimes parents don't want to hear it.
hey Joy, so
You
the
know,
teacher that's in the chat, can you ask her how does she feel about homeschool? I always
Yeah.
wanted to see the perspective from a teacher's.
Yeah.
How do they feel about homeschool?
Well, Karen was in the chat earlier too. She said the way things are with the COVID, she would prefer to teach
Hmm.
from home.
Oh,
Biology,
she did.
um, because of the COVID, um, do you feel like it would be better to teach for the kids to be homeschooled or to go back to school? That's the question for you, Biology, when you can answer that. But yeah, Biology is also a teacher. And she's so dope.
she agrees. She said she's a teacher, and my students knows I don't play.
She don't play.
My
Yeah,
classroom is always quiet.
quiet.
Yeah,
I'm
she
telling
needs to
you.
come to Columbus Public School System because those
I'm
teachers they
telling
don't care.
you. They know what time it is. I'm telling you. You listen. They know. I'm telling you, these kids know, and
Okay.
I know because my daughter, she used to say, well, and that was her issue. My oldest, she moved through the work like this, and you know what? And I said, so what is going on that she moved on? But her teacher, who she had, didn't play. And she used to do the same thing, disrupting the class and making jokes, or, moving around and just being silly. And then he was like, you know what? And I thank God for him because he was on point. He came to me and was like, you know what? I would like to test her because I think she should either be skipped or she needs to go and try out for a Kappa or one of those charter school or a magnet school, because I think it's just her being restless. But after he was stern, but she stopped though.
Uh-oh, she got
Why?
frozen.
And then she came
She,
on like,
so
I don't know if me and
so for that.
I don't think he liked me. I said, no, you need to sit your tail down and follow instructions. Don't come here telling me he don't like you. He did like you. He did to teach you. So now you sit down, and if you're done, move on. And that's what happened. So she switched out. He helped me get the paperwork for her to get the proper testing. And yeah, she moved on and she went to a magnet school. So it takes the parents to really, really take the time and not get so upset. Hear the teacher out sometime and try to listen and not go saying, my child don't do this. My child don't, you don't know what your child do when they ain't home. Okay?
Uh-huh.
You don't know what they do. Now I do know certain behaviors, I don't think they will go to an extreme. Now I do know my children that way, but as far as little things, I'm not going to tell you what my child ain't going to do because they ain't sitting in front of me. Because
Mhm.
I don't. And I can tell when they lying, I'm going to tell you that much. If I'm talking to you and you moving all about or looking at, each of my children got their own ways when they about to tell a story, or they not going to admit it, and they just start looking, and not that they going to lie, they just,
Get
looking
uneasy.
around, and you like, did you hear what I just asked you? Huh? You heard me. So we just have to be, as parents, to work with the teachers and not against them, and kind of listen. And I'm not saying there aren't no screwed up teachers out there now, because we know, there's it's two sides. So, but still, that's just how I feel. I don't know.
What do you guys think about this? Susie, you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. What do you think about this? What about kids that have autism, dyslexia? Isn't it hard for them to do homeschooling or easier?
Uh, hmm. I don't know if I can talk on that because I don't know if it's if I was a parent that have a child, I think I can't. It must be harder to deal with them if you're home. Well,
Yeah.
if you're at home parent and you can deal with your own child, but I think they have school for those, right? For autism, for people
Yeah.
that are autistic, and they still have some type of social skill to learn, communicate. I think going out will be better versus
Mm.
staying home.
Well,
You know,
Viala, from a teacher's perspective, she says point blank, you put your foot down one day. I tell my students, when you walk in my classroom, I'm your mother. My students call me Medea. So,
I have a cousin that when she's a teacher. When she started teaching, she was 26.
okay.
She 10 years later, she's like, let me tell you, Suzette, I don't know what it is about me, but those kids look up to me. And she's teaching kids that are like 12 and 14 years old. She was like, they respect her. The principal comes to her and says, what is it that you do? And she's like, I don't know. I just put my foot down. I tell them what I mean and I mean what I say, and I don't let them intimidate me. And she's a very, very, very good teacher. So I guess it's really how you are towards these kids, because it's just like having a child. They know when to manipulate you, crying, crying, crying. They want to see if you're going to come back to them and if you're going to give in to them. And I think it's kind of some way like that, you know. So
Stream
that
got
answers the
acting
question.
up.
Yeah, no, that's true.
That's
It's
Yeah.
true.
I'm gonna get off too because I have something to do, but it was great being here with you guys.
yes. Thank you for sharing your perspective
Yes.
about how you feel about either homeschooling if it's mandatory or how it's going to affect your life, how it affects your kids' life. I appreciate you,
Yeah.
Susie.
And I
Yes,
really give
this
it up
was
to all those
awesome.
homeschoolers, though, that you're doing a great job because I couldn't do what you do. So kudos to those that homeschool and it's working for you. God bless y'all. Keep doing what you're doing, and Joy, keep doing what you're doing. Awesome, awesome,
Amen.
awesome. Everyone
Nice
have a
meeting
blessed,
you,
blessed
Susie.
afternoon.
I gotta check
Yes.
you out.
Oh, you don't
Nice
know
meeting
Jill?
you
Susie, please go check out Jill. She does all this cooking, and y'all will
too.
get along
Okay.
together well.
All right. I'm gonna go into the stream and somebody drop their link.
Yeah, if there's another mod, if you can drop Jill's link, or Jill, you can drop yours because you're a mod.
Your comfort zone. Okay. Nice meeting you guys.
Nice meeting you
Right.
too.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All
Bye.
righty. I think Viology might try to come up. And D Family, I
Well, I'm
really
going down because I got
okay.
some more recording to do. But I love you, Joy. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
And I love everybody. Have a wonderful night. And could somebody drop Susie's link for me too so I can connect?
Okay. Thank you, Jill.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. Are you there, D Family? Finally,
Okay. Everybody enough now?
it's in and out.
Can,
Can you
you know
hear me?
what? This is crazy because for the long time, I can hear you. I can
You
hear
sound
you.
like a robot.
They're going in and out. I don't understand.
Oh man, you sound like a
Internet
robot.
is acting crazy, and then it could be my phone. Oh wow. Okay, well, I'm gonna let you know because you buzzing, so I don't know what's going on.
I really wanted to hear her perspective on that. I'm trying to click enjoy. Dang, and I really wanted to hear what Viology had to say because she is an actual teacher. But I'm gonna give it a few more minutes. Yeah, go back out and come back in, D Family. Maybe just refresh the stream, go out and come back in. Yeah, like Viology don't play, and she dope too, Patty. If you've never met Viology, she's really cool. I don't know the next time she gonna go live, but like I always learn something from Viology. She's really, really dope. Um, and she's sincere too. I really like Viology for those reasons. And I appreciate you, Patty D, for coming up because you were dropping you were dropping a lot of good information about what it is, to be a parent who has been homeschooling their children before their child, before the virus even came. And, the perspective I was wondering is like, how do people feel? Like, because now, here she is again. Oops, you back? Can you hear me? Okay, we'll give it a second until she can talk. But like, this is just dropped on people. For a lot of parents, this was just dropped in your laps. You didn't even have a chance to say, well, I want to do it. I don't want to do it. I want to do it. I don't. You didn't even have a chance to like react, So that's what was kind of what I was just like wondering how you felt about that. And I think a lot of parents, it seems as though, a lot more parents are homeschooling than I actually thought. So Kim's kids start crying. She says, "Oh no." Oh man, she keep on coming out. It won't take your password. You don't need a password. It's just the link. Click on the link. You shouldn't have to have a password. That's weird. I never set it up where you have to have a password to get inside. Oh, Satin. Oh yeah, Satin been here. I always call her Velvet Satin. How you doing, Purple? I know you are a homeschooling. Yeah, it is. I really wanted to hear what you have to say. Your Google account? Oh, okay. And just when I said something, my Google account started talking to me. No, I ain't asking for you. Well, y'all, I'll give it just a few more minutes just in case either D Family or Biology can get up here. But like, what are we gonna do, guys, if you are forced to be a homeschooled parent for next year, if this is something that you're not used to doing? I wish you well, because it's definitely gonna be hard juggling homeschooling, being a parent and a teacher, because kids don't look at you as a teacher. So that's got to be a whole nother level. And then providing an income so that you can put food on the table and keep a house over everyone's head. So that's crazy. Kip says he bows down to you, safe, positive. We will get through this. Has two of the ladies. Oh, here we go. D Family's back again. You there? All we need is audio now. That's all we need. All we need is some audio. Oh, you sound like a robot still.
Oh man.
Oh wait, no, you're good.
So I don't know what's going on.
No, you're good now. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Now it's a robot again. Dang.
It's still messed up.
No, I hear you good now. Dang. I heard her good. The Haynes family is coming to everybody's channel. We've taken over. Just joking. Taking over. All right, Crystal. Thank you, Haynes family, for stepping in the building. Deep. You know what I'll do? We can have this conversation again tomorrow. If you guys are around, we can have this conversation again. Oh, there she is. Can you hear me now? I just give it one more second.
Okay, so I guess we can try it again. Now I can hear you.
Good. You're good.
Next. Okay. Well, hi.
Hello.
So this seems like I missed a whole bunch. Because I wanted to respond to it with the string me totally off and maybe for some
Are you on a phone or your computer? Because if you're on your phone, if you put headphones in, somebody's saying that the headphones might help it with the audio. Yeah, it's not going. You might have to pick it up tomorrow. Yeah. Now the audio is still bad. The audio is still bad. Dang. Yeah, definitely. You there? It keeps on popping up and popping off.
Oh, okay.
Oh, now I hear you good. Hey, DMV Dining, what's up? Are you
Okay, so it's clear then.
Yes, now it's clear.
Okay, I think what it is, it might be delayed.
Oh. Well, what did you want to say?
I can. Well, I was, want to comment is it seems like a lot of people do have misconceptions of homeschooling. They think that, your child is basically an introvert, and when you put them into public school, going from homeschooling, it's a lot of misconceptions, I've been homeschooling for maybe 7 years, and I went from public to homeschooling. But what I've done is I've used the charter school. And with the charter school, it seems to give your child different opportunities that they might not have had, just by strictly being homeschooled. So it's a lot of parents that don't know that the public schools actually offer charters. And I have two that are in high school. One is going into the 11th, and then one is going into the 10th. And then I have a junior high, one's going into junior high, and then I have one still in elementary going into the 5th. And like I said, they've all come from public school. I had to take them out of public school because of what I saw, how the kids were being treated by the teachers, and especially us, by being Black. It's really hard to have a child not get a label. Your child will get a label by these teachers for the slightest thing. And especially us. To give you a short example is I ended up becoming this particular school that my children went to, their track coach. And I was the track coach for 3 years because my children are involved in track at that time. And one of the teachers that my children had was a 6th grade teacher. And she would come to school literally with a hangover. Every week it was something going on with her. And it would be times to where she would literally text me and she's like, hey, are you going to come up here today? Because I just got so much going on. And I would go to the classroom and literally have to knock on the door because she would be in the classroom with her head down on the desk out. So, it's like, here I am. I'm not a teacher, but I would have to teach these children, give them their lessons or, whatever curriculum she had set up for the day, because she would literally be out. Other than that, her teaching skills was just, I don't know how she even became a teacher. To this day, I still talk to her. Actually, she texted me yesterday, and I still don't know how she even has kids, but it just leaves a lot to be desired to have your child in the system at all. Because when you send your child to school, you don't know what they're going to go through the day. You don't know if they're even going to come home. This particular teacher that I'm telling you about, she had a kid pull a knife out on her. Wow. And a student that you would have never thought, would, do these kind of things. But I saw the in and out of how this particular school district worked and how the teachers reacted, and really have sisters who had missed a day of school, had been great. So it wasn't a grade issue or behavioral issue that I took my children out. because my kids, I don't care about my kids being home with me. My kids don't need to
Let's see. Yeah, I'm here.
stick their kids in the school system and just like roll the dice and whatever. You know, those are the children that go to school looking for someone to fill in the place of their parents. And the I'm just there ready to get a check. Some teachers know they're not there for that, but the majority of teachers that I ran across in through this district, they don't really want to be bothered with no little us children. They just don't want to be bothered. They're just there to collect their paycheck. They show no compassion. And it's like, okay, I'm a babysitter for 8 hours. So I had my husband and I, we had to say, okay, we work from home, we have our own, our own business, whatever. We found it actually more beneficial to take them out of school, But when it came to, high school, we just had to put them into this particular charter school. That way they would have that, peer interaction.
There was a question about what is a charter school? What are charter schools?
Charter schools that
The audio, it cut out.
Is is it cutting out?
Yeah, it's definitely cutting out. You like when you first started explaining what a charter school. All right, now it's good.
Okay. So charter school basically is a public school that
For real, because I really want to hear what you have to say, but it keeps on making you be robotic. Anyway, you're supposed to come on Hello World anyway. Anyway, you're supposed to come on Hello World. We're gonna have to schedule something, sis. We could talk about this in depth too, and then Viology, if you're feeling up to it, and Patty D, come back. Anybody is welcome to come back, but we're gonna have this conversation for real, for real. You sound out. My sound is out too. Yeah, then it's definitely StreamYard. It's prime time, y'all. It's probably prime time. Everybody's on YouTube right now. So that's probably what's going on too. That won't help the situation. Yeah, you too. All y'all want y'all to come back. Cause this is a conversation that, people who may be questioning, maybe just started having kids, or maybe just lost in the sauce with this and trauma and shock of this whole COVID situation. Like they may need some direction and guidance and such. So I definitely want y'all to come back. Yes, it has my Google blocked. What? That's crazy. I've never seen that. I'm going to have to go check my settings because I don't have anything set to block anything. Hold on. Let me see if I can check it. Guest. Oh, snap. All right. Try again now. It was must authenticate. That was on. Try it again, Viology. It's still very robotic. Yeah, no, Viology, I didn't realize, but on my settings, it had that on there. That's what happened. Are you still there, D family?
Okay, I'm still here.
Yeah, it's still the audio is
I'm
still
here.
out. That's crazy, yo. Like especially when you're
Okay. Yeah.
trying to drop. There's Viology right there. When you try to drop gems and stuff, you there, Viology? How you feeling?
See, you had me blocked.
I didn't even know. That's crazy.
I kept saying, I've never seen this before.
Yeah, that's
I
crazy.
feel bad, y'all, so I look bad. But what I want to tell you all, as far as the homeschooling, it is hard, especially when you have a child that is dyslexic also. So this year has been extremely hard being home with my daughter because she's dyslexic. Also, she has 3 support classes, and the teachers has been the worst. Um, we have when I was living in South Carolina, we had the flood there, and the kids had to be homeschooled for 2 weeks. As a teacher, I never had an issue. But one of the teachers, she refused, and I mean, this is with school in, refuses to check her emails, give the kids the credit that they need to have. So she decided to flunk her from this class.
Wow.
We don't care. It's not a main class. It's culinary arts. I don't care. She don't care. All the rest of her classes, she made straight A's out of. She was upset, but I told her that is not going to hold you from getting your high school diploma when you get to 12th grade. But anybody that has a special needs child, this is where it is hard for them. If there are special needs, and I taught special needs for 6 years, it's cruel to me how I feel. This is just how I feel. It's cruel, it's mean because I had one student that had to come to school on a stretcher every day. Whether it's raining, it's snowing, it's freezing, it's overly hot, that student had to come to school until they were 21 years old. That is cruel. You have some students come on oxygen tanks every day, and you have to change them. So those are the lower functioning artistic classes. I was in a little bit higher functioning, but I had students that was schizo. The district office would have meeting all to duct tape clothes on him in order for him not to street for the other students.
Wow.
So when you are dealing with as the state guidelines for having a disabled children, there are only, yeah, I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
You
it's
know, can you
bad.
guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, and that's the thing too. You know, with having an autistic child, you know, it's a girl that actually is goes to the charter school, and her mom had to fight basically to get her to where they would even allow her daughter, who is in the 6th grade, to have, you know, what we have is what they call an enrichment day. And the enrichment day basically lets all the, you know, all the age groups come together and have that time to where they can interact with, you know, their peers, you know. And this particular mom, she had a very hard time to get her child even in the charter school, because they were saying, okay, well, we don't have, you know, someone that can shadow your child. And she was saying, I don't need you to shadow my child. and she had to be, and they actually because they mix blocks for to where you might have fourth grader or fifth grade class. Enrichment is just for and
That's crazy. It's crazy, y'all. Every time something good starts to come about, like we have a real good conversation, and it's cool to learn about different things. 'Cause like I keep saying, I don't have kids, and I don't even know how I would be able to deal with going from sending kids to school and then coming back home. Here she is again. Good. It's that audio. If you can just get audio for a good 5 minutes, that'd be amazing. But D family, if you can hear me, we're gonna have to do this again. Because the audio won't let you be great. I guess maybe because it's the time of night, a lot of people may be going on. So hopefully she heard what I was saying. Yeah, it was getting good, DMV. But it doesn't mean that it can't get great tomorrow or another day if we all have the opportunity to meet again. But I thank you guys for giving me a little bit of your time. Yeah, it sucks, D family, because I really wanted to hear that, but we could definitely do it again soon whenever you're free. Just let me know. Well, you'll be here and I'll just let you come up as long as I'm not rambling off about something else. But I appreciate you guys for giving me a little bit of your time. It's a lot today. But it's conversations that are necessary. I like to hear what people have to say about what's going on in their minds. You are beautiful. You are amazing. There is no mistake about you. We're going to get through this whole, figuring out what homeschooling is versus not homeschooling. And I would love to also hear a perspective from an actual student. You know, we have had a student here who, voiced their concerns before the whole virus thing situation came up. But I definitely think that if we can make the circle a little bit more small, then we'll be able to understand each other more and to understand a perspective from an actual student who's going through what we adults may not understand is dope. You have to also think, Joy, when they come home, most likely we are teaching them, so not like that much different, just longer. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, definitely Viology. Definitely. One day we'll do that. Yeah, we all miss you, Viology. I feel honored for you to be here. Rissa too, it's good to see you. Y'all keep on showing up on YouTube, because for real, I can say it confidently that you guys in the stream, like for real, I always enjoy seeing your content. I enjoy seeing you in chats. And this was like a special treat to see Viology, because I haven't seen her in a while. Hopefully, Viology, we'll see you go live soon again. I'll never forget when I met you in your first live. You just put so much life into me with your story. So, and I really appreciate you, and I'm glad that our paths cross. Like I'm glad that our paths cross with a lot of you too, because you all have a special meaning for me, some shape of way or another. So I appreciate you guys. Please don't forget, I'm here every single night between 7 and 9. I'll be in these YouTube streets deep. I don't know where you guys plan on going. I know it's been a long time. After you pretty much got monetized, I ain't see you again. You did your I remember the last live stream you did. You were in your kitchen and you were about to make something. It was like one of your kitchen lives. And right after you figured out the green screen, you were putting us on hold with your friend to talk to her on the phone. And then after that, I didn't see you live again from then on. But yeah, my memory is very vivid. I think I remember you had on a white dress too. So, and it was a sunny day in your town. I don't remember the meal because you cooked so many meals. I just don't remember which one it was. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. I really do. Don't forget, June 11th, we're doing our 500th Hello World episode. We're celebrating it then, even though I know the dates are going to be way off, but that's next Thursday, guys. So please come back. I'm going to be on StreamYard. I want all of you guys to come through, come up on a panel, say something about your business or whatever you want to advertise. If you want to say hello to me, then you're more than welcome to. But the StreamYard will be open then. And I really would appreciate you guys coming back for that, especially that day. I don't really celebrate much, but I know 500 only comes once in a while. Well, only one time. So I would appreciate you guys coming through, even though I know it's not going to be 500. I don't know. It just worked out that way. So we're going to celebrate that day. And it may trickle over into the next day, depending on how many people come through and how long it is. So I definitely want to do like a shop and chat. So a portion of the night is going to be a shop and chat. So if you have items that you want to sell, you're more than welcome to use this platform to whomever is in the chat to advertise your stuff, sell your things. That's fine by me. I don't care. Hello World is all about us. The more united we are, the better off we'll be. So I feel as long as you're doing something positive, I want to be that platform that will help you. Because I remember when it was hard for me to get help, if at all. So I don't mind. Don't be shy. Don't be bashful. Just come on up, because these are opportunities that may not be presented to you by others. And if it is presented to you, you might have to do at a cost. I do not do this for a cost. So I appreciate you guys. Be blessed. Please, whatever you do, stay safe. Take care of your health. Take care of your family. Take care of yourself. And I'll definitely see you guys in these YouTube streets. My name is Joy from Be the Difference Clothing, and I am signing out on another episode of Hello. We'll have a part 2 to this because there's more. There's like more we can talk about, and there's more to perspectives. Yes. Signing out on another episode of Hello